Ensoftec has developed a series of videos for the selection and design of stormwater facilities for land disturbance projects. In this video, I shall show you the design of wet swales using SWMSOFTVA. Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation or DCR specification number 11 gives a complete description of these facilities, their performance and criteria for design, their feasibility and design applications, regional and special case design adaptations, their construction and maintenance. The pictures and tables shown here are from these specifications. Wet swales are generally recommended only for flat coastal plain conditions with a high water table. Wet swales can intersect the water table. The average normal pool depth, in dry weather, throughout the swale should be 6 inches or less. The maximum contributing drainage area to a wet swale should be 5 acres, but preferably less. Wet swales can provide runoff filtering and treatment within the conveyance system, and are a cross between a wetland and a swale. These linear wetland cells often intercept shallow groundwater, to maintain a wetland plant community. The saturated soil and wetland vegetation provide an ideal environment for gravitational settling, biological uptake, and microbial activity. Online or offline cells are formed within the channel, to create saturated soil or shallow standing water conditions, typically less than 6 inches deep. Table 11.1 gives the pollutant load reductions for different levels of design of wet swales. Wet swales do not provide runoff volume reduction, they do provide moderate pollutant removal. Table 11.2 gives the wet swale design criteria. In order to maximize nutrient removal, the designer may choose the baseline design, Level 1 or an enhanced design, Level 2. Wet swales shall have pre-treatment facilities similar to grass channels. Pre-treatment consists of check dams, wooden or stone, tree check dams or street tree mounds placed within the bottom of wet swales, up to an elevation of 9 to 12 inches above the channel invert. Grass filter strip extending from the edge of the pavement to the bottom of the wet swale at a slope of 5 to 1 or less. Gravel or stone diaphragm located at the edge of the pavement or the edge of the roadway shoulder, and extending the length of the channel, and gravel or stone flow spreaders located at curb cuts, downspouts, or other concentrated inflow points. The swale should also convey the locally required design storms, usually the 2-year and 10-year storms at non-erosive velocities with at least 6 inches of freeboard. SWMSOFTVA deals with the design aspects of wet swales. Let me open a project and go to the BMP design. I'm going to use the example project that we created earlier. BMP4 is a wet swale. I go to File, Design BMP Facility. This opens the wet swale design screen. You will notice that the total treatment volume and the contributing impervious area fields at the top right and the 1-year, 2-year and 10-year peak discharge fields at the bottom left are already populated. If there is a pre-treatment for bay, I enter the average length, width and depth of this facility. If there is none, I enter 0 in these fields. The program will calculate the treatment volume after accounting for the pre-treatment volume, when I click on the Design Pre-treatment button. The maximum temporary ponding depth in any single wet swale cell should not exceed 18 inches. The bottom width varies from 2 to 8 feet. Swale side slopes should not be less than 4 horizontal to 1 vertical. The recommended swale slope is less than or equal to 2% for a Level 1 design and less than or equal to 1% for a Level 2 design. However, check dams or other design features that lower the effective longitudinal grade of the swale can be applied on steeper sites. The maximum desired check dam height is 12 inches. After keying in the design data in the open fields, click on Design Swale button to the right. All calculations for wet swale design and performance are done. The Manning's N value is automatically adjusted between 0.03 and 0.2 depending on the depth of flow in the swale. The check dam spacing required to achieve the effective swale slope is calculated. The remarks will tell you if the water quality design is satisfactory or not. swale section geometry can be adjusted to achieve this. The program also calculates the adequacy of the swale to convey the 1-year, 2-year and 10-year design discharges satisfactorily. I go to the top menu bar and click on File, Save. This will save all the data including results of analysis. To print the results, I go to the top menu bar and click on File, Print. The print report, which is in Excel format, gives a complete output of wet swale analysis. This completes the design of wet swales.